as we entered into the new academic era. This is my debut multimedia utilization in the effective teaching learning process. Teaching learning process made easy with the helpful of multimedia sources. Here, perhaps it is my debut utilization, debut PowerPoint presentation in the service of the children. Okay, here we will discuss about one of the most prominent phenomena, which is surrounded in our which is there in our surrounding, I am Ansari, a school assistant at PPTs Kotakota, Seetalgal Mandal, Kurnool. Okay, now we will enter into the PowerPoint presentation of one particular phenomena. For only one particular phenomena, we will see, we will have how many type of things. We will start the presentation. Okay. We will start the presentation. Well, children, in our day-to-day life, we come across many type of phenomena. Okay. Now let me inculcate you with some of the things that happen in our surroundings. The things which are happening in the surroundings, basing on that thing only we will discuss the one of the thing what we are going to learn. Okay? Say okay or not? Okay? Then we will switch over to the next slide. I think we are fond of eating banana. Here is the peel of banana. Have you ever observed it? After eating, we will throw anywhere. You observe that one. How is it? Here is the peel of banana. Have you observed it? How is it? What color does it possess? Just guess the color of the peel of the banana. Perhaps in your general experience, how will be the color of the peel of the banana?
Brown.
What might be the color?
Brown.
Say little bit aloud. What type of color?
Brown.
No, you just see now. Here is the peel of banana. It turns into what type of color?
Brown.
Brown color. When once we take fresh banana, that banana will not be like this. Okay?
Okay.
That banana will not be like this. How will be the banana? Yellow in color, isn't it? But after some time, when once we preserve it or we ate it and throw it elsewhere, then what happened to the color?
Brown.
It turns into
Brown.
brown color. Remember this one. Okay? In our daily life, we come across the following changes. Have you ever observed that? In our daily life, we come across the following changes. Have you ever observed that an iron nail which is exposed to atmosphere gradually tarnished and that obtains brown color? If you take an iron nail, it will expose to atmosphere, gradually tarnished and obtains to brown in color.
Hello.
Can you tell me why this happens? Any guesses? Let me show you some images. Closely observe it. Just observe the image. This is the iron nail when once we brought. Okay? After some days, iron iron turns into like this or not? When once we brought freshly, how will be the iron shining or not?
Change.
After some time, what happens?
Rust.
It turns into
Rust.
just keep it in mind. Keep the image in your mind. Keep the image in your mind. We will move further. It's a PowerPoint presentation which goes in a very beautiful manner. Okay. Again, same slide came. This is the thing when once you purchase. After some time, when it is exposed to air or atmosphere, it turns like this. It turns like this. It turns like this. Okay? Here you can pursue two type of iron knives. Here you can pursue two type of iron knives. When once we brought a newer one, how it looks like? When once we brought a new one, how it looks like? It's lustrous, isn't it?
Shiny.
Is it lustrous or not? Lustrous means shiny. Is it lustrous or not? When once we brought shiny? Okay. Then after the passage of the time, it gets tarnished into and turns its color into brown. After the passage of time, it gets tarnished and turns its color into
Brown.
brown color. Brown. Literally, this change we call as
Rusting.
rusting or corroded. We call the iron nail is corroded. We call this phenomena as rusting or we call it as
Rust.
corroded. Corroded. From the above illustration, let me taught you that from the above illustrations, let me taught you that in the first case, in the earlier case, what is the first example I gave? What is the first example I gave?
Banana.
Banana. Peel of banana. Peel of banana turns brown. Okay? In the second case, we have seen that iron nail gets rusted. In the second case, iron nail gets rusted. Iron nail gets rusted. In the two cases, the substance got changed its color. Isn't it? In the two cases, the substance got changed. The substance got changed or not?
Change.
Do you know why this happens? Do you know why this happens? Do you know why this happens? This phenomena is only called as what? What might be this phenomena? Any guesses? Can you guess anything? By observing the two examples. Can you get anything?
Brown.
This only called as
Chemical reaction.
Chemical reaction.
what is this one?
Chemical reaction.
Turning into brown color of the banana peel, turning or tarnishing the color of the iron nail into brown is nothing but it is a
Chemical.
A chemical reaction is that we try to define chemical reaction. A chemical reaction is that in which a substance. Substance changes its color. First thing is changes its state. Again we will have
Change in temperature.
Change in temperature. Again we will have different kinds of Again we will have different kinds of changes. Different kinds of changes. A chemical reaction is that in which a substance changes its color. Changes its color. Then we can have change in state. We can have change in state. You can have change in state. Change in color. Change in state. Change in temperature. In some reactions, we come across change in temperature. And sometimes evolution of gas. And sometimes evolution of gas. That means we attribute what might be a chemical reaction. A chemical reaction is a complex thing to define. Anything may be a reaction. Where two reactants were required, they give rise to a product that is called as a chemical reaction. But a chemical reaction must have the following characteristics. The following characteristics. A chemical reaction is that in which we can have either change in its color, change in color of the substances, change in color of the substance. Secondly, we have change in color, change in its
Color.
change in state, change in state, change in temperature, and sometimes evolution of gases. If any one or sometimes all these may attribute to a chemical reaction, may attribute to a chemical
Reaction.
Okay. Now I think you will have better idea of what might be a chemical reaction. Now let me show you practically how a chemical reaction takes place. I will show more practically how a chemical reaction takes place. What might be a chemical reaction? When we can call it is a chemical reaction. What could be happen? What could be happen? These all things we will discuss. Well children, we will go literally in an extensive experimental method. In an extensive experimental method. Okay?
Okay.
Just see, this is the diagram which we are supposed to go for experimentation. This is the diagrammatic representation where we come across what is a chemical reaction. Better we learn in the form of question and answer. Why we learn? Why we learn all these things? Just to pass, isn't it? Whether you want to pass or not? You want to pass. So we learn in the form of question and answer. That is required. Question may appear like this. What is a chemical reaction? Explain. In the most general case, in the easiest manner, this question can be appeared. Or sometimes this diagram itself shown to you and asked, what will be your perception? What will be your perception on seeing the diagram? Explain your view. Explain your view. Nothing is asked. Only they themselves use the diagram. Okay? They themselves use the diagram and ask you to perceive what is happening in this diagram. What is the outcome of this diagram? What is the outcome of this diagram? And you are supposed to explain it. Like this the question will appear. Or you explain experimentally that bonding of magnesium. Explain experimentally that bonding of magnesium is a chemical reaction. Question may appear in very different manner. As I tends to be fascinated in preparing what you call different mode of questions which may appear in public examination. I used to prepare the questions for only one concept. Many number of questions, how they can be framed in the public examination. How they can be framed in the public examination. This is very important. This is another phenomenon. Okay? So these were some of the questions what I taught to you. They may appear in different forms. So this is the diagram which represents a chemical reaction. A simple chemical reaction. Okay? Here we discuss bonding of magnesium. Just see. A chemical reaction. Burning of magnesium is nothing but
Chemical
Chemical reaction. Burning of magnesium is nothing but chemical reaction. Chemical reaction. It means if you burn anything in the presence of oxygen, it's called combustion. It's called combustion. That chemical reaction which takes place in the presence of oxygen is called combustion. Any chemical reaction which takes place in the presence of oxygen is called as combustion. Nothing but we are going to learn about magnesium combustion. Combustion of magnesium. Now I will show you practically. How the burning of magnesium takes place. Here it is a burning ribbon, magnesium ribbon. This one we call as magnesium ribbon. We are supposed to burn this. So what is required for burning? What is required? What could be there? What should be there for burning? Oxygen is required, isn't it? Oxygen is required. Let you light the candle. I am taking this magnesium. And burning in oxygen. What is surrounded here? Oxygen or not? Oxygen. So you just see, I am burning this magnesium ribbon. If you burn this magnesium ribbon, what happens? You observe. What happens? What type of changes will occur? Why? Because we learned earlier that a chemical reaction is that where some changes takes place. What type of changes takes place? You can see. See, is it burning or not? Is it a dazzling light or not? How is the light? Very shining? Very brightful or not? It is very brightful. Again we will have you can see the dazzling light. Again if you see the dazzling light. Again you can see the dazzling light. When the magnesium burns, it burns in oxygen. Magnesium reacts with oxygen, forms magnesium oxide. Because of that magnesium oxide presence only, we can see a dazzling light, a shading light. Where we come across in our daily life this phenomena? We come across this phenomena in our daily life. Mostly at the time of Diwali season. What will we do at the time of Diwali season? Do we fire crackers or not? Then once we fire crackers, how will be the light? Like this only or not? How will be the light? You can see the light. It is a dazzling light. You can see smoke is coming. You can see smoke is coming. Okay. Dazzling light you can see. When once we collect the ashes, dazzling light one can see. Be careful while burning the crackers. Something is falling down. You can see something is falling down. You see something will fall down. Falling down or not? That is nothing but okay, I will tell you what happens. You have seen practically. bonding of magnesium. Bonding of magnesium. That implies we represent the substances in the form of all these. We will have this one, bonding of magnesium. Bonding of magnesium. Bonding of magnesium.
Light labor.
Bonding of magnesium. I will write again. Bonding of magnesium. Magnesium symbolically we represent like this. Mg means magnesium. 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 This Mg, this magnesium reacts with oxygen. This magnesium reacts with oxygen and forms magnesium oxide and form magnesium oxide. The powder what we collected is nothing but magnesium oxide, which gives a dazzling light. So here what we come across, when once magnesium bonds in oxygen, it gives rise to magnesium oxide. Is it a change of state or not?
Change.
Powderly substance we will have. After bonding the ribbon, we come across a semi-solid. Here we can see this is the magnesium ribbon. This is the magnesium ribbon. Is it like a solid or not?
Solid.
Third one. When once we bond, what happened? It turns to. Here we can see it turns to ashes. That is not powder. So a solid thing became as powder. Is it change of state or not?
Change.
So is it a chemical reaction or not?
Chemical.
Like this we will prove the chemical reaction. Okay. This is only the simple concept. For this simple concept, I underwent a rigorous, hardcore labor to prepare this PPT. So I sincerely appeal and request my colleagues all over the AP and again in Telangana also. Why? Because I am having a huge fan following of Telangana state also. Many of my friends who like my videos even in Telangana. So what I sincerely request is to just play this video and go through Ansari's video lessons in the YouTube. Play this video on IFE panel. IFE panel. Okay. So what I request you is sincerely, don't just skip the video, don't just see and delete, but whereas you just go through it, show to your children so that it can be benefited. Even a single child is benefited, I will feel greatly satisfied. So again and again I sincerely request, visit my channel Ansari's video lessons. Ansari's video lessons on YouTube. Ansari's video lessons. Ansari's video lessons on YouTube. To subscribe the channel, share it on all platforms so that the children can be benefited. Okay? Thank you, Ananda. Thank you.